sorry. Dude, well, I don't know what happens. I have to Pachun in order to figure out what happens. Did she not go up enough? I guess she didn't. Oh, there's her Pachun. It's over now. Why do you hate me? What have I ever done to you? Hello, Simon. We need a hopping Yamame. That's what there needs to be in the world. I knew the ball was gonna disappear. Can you stop? Drop. Slow enough that time. Can you, like, just go up? Like, you didn't do this at all, like, the past, like, 2 days. You've been very nice. That was the bomb button. Yamame is throwing me off my game. Yeah, like that graze. Okay, just go up. I'm gonna... I don't know how... I think that was low enough. Yeah, at least she went up that time. Holy moly. Girl. Go away! She is in a mood. I am in a mood. Thank you. I mean, like, she can just stop going down. Holy moly. I could have had the loop around. Holy moly, she went up twice. It was unprecedented behavior. Okay, take two. I'm jealous. Here's what Parsi has taught me. Parsi has taught me that people are down bad for blonde green elves. Hey, Vicnut. See, today getting bullied by Yamame. And my own incompetence, but we'll blame it on Yamame. It's fine. It's the rare Monday off. It's great, 3-day weekend. So, all in all, today's going quite well. Although all it takes is this game being nice to me to make the day go great. You heard that, Satori? Not the happiest laser section. She made it a little tight for me. Fine. Fine if she goes in on the last movement. You just want to make sure she goes out on the first two. Came out, woo-woo. Mount Uwu can high roll you and give you some awkward clumps, so you always gotta respect it. This attack can give you some annoying clumps too, so you gotta make sure you give it the respect it deserves. Nice. Now the problems. Stage 4. They're always so rough in Touhou. Because, like, no matter what, it's like always like a massive push to just get get through stage 4. Like, every time you do it, I'm always like, oh, it's nice. Like, it's always, like, so big to get past stage 4, because it's tricky. Even across, like, not only just this game, but across the games. And then it's always greeted by just, oh, here's stage 5 then, to, kick you back. Oh my gosh, why would you... Bro, turned into TSS for a second there, holy moly. Nice try, red guys. Nice. Hello, Satori. Where the fun begins.
Oh, no, look at that health bar! She died to the death effect! Come on! You couldn't have given that one to me?
I gotta pee. Okay, that was just me drifting into it. Why did I have BGM on? that was just a disgusting catwalk. Too big a movement. Oh. Yeah, I shouldn't have gone left there. That was a massive trap. That was a disgusting peta flare. Don't drift up that much. Man, you lose sight of the bullets for a quarter of a second and it kills you. 5 in a row? Nice 5 wide. Oh, what a disgusting hole. I think that was just 7 in a row. We take those. Eventually, Pet is going to throw something disgusting at you. Hey, she went up. Stage 1 is not my forte today, apparently. What? Hitbox? Excuse me? I don't deserve that? I mean, calculated, clearly. Why do you hate me so? Okay, she lessened her hate. Zero Dude, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. We were just trying to get out of the wonderful early game issues. But I passed Yamame. Surely all my troubles are gone now, right? Yeah, if I don't die to this again. This stage is very linear with its movement. I almost feel like this stage and stage 1 should be swapped. Nice. Okay, surely I had a good stage 3 earlier. Surely we have another one. Okay, these are the lasers where we go to the right. That was not the right way to hit that lineup. Hello, 11. Excuse me. Excuse me. These lasers are trying today. They're really pushing me. Okay, these are the lasers where we go to the left. Wow, that's crazy. Came out uwu. Oh, I walked right into it. I can't have good things today. I mean, like, why are you gonna do that to me? I'm gonna go get some water. Be back in a minute. Okay. Go again. Come on, spider. Nope, that's not what you want to see. Okay. Nice. That's not a good Yamame Nod 1. I'm happy about getting past that. Okay, you never wall me here? She told you, she never does. This early game has not been particularly kind to me today, and my brain has not kept up with it. My brain has been lagging slightly today. Oh no, my graze! Although I was pretty happy with the PETA practice I was just doing, so I can't be too upset. Monday sickness. I didn't work today. Holiday. Holiday in the US, so... I mean, some people work today, but I didn't. Yippee! Maybe that's the thing, though. I've been lazing around at home doing basically nothing. I haven't got my physical exercise that I normally do. Which holiday is it? It's Memorial Day. I think, yep, it is Memorial Day. Indeed. Although I think also, potentially more importantly, is I just haven't eaten well over the last 2 days. I've also been out of my chocolate milk since Saturday SMH. Don't do me like that. Also, you should have seen it yesterday, 11, getting a little bit of Tenchi value in Labyrinth. Not much, but I used her a little bit. I'll probably use her a lot on Thursday, because I feel like Thursday is going to be a lot of bosses. And/or floor exploration of a disgusting floor. But if I'm doing the bosses, then Tenchi's probably going to be a go-to on a lot of them. Maybe not on Yuyuko, but almost definitely on Orin. Sho. Moko probably as well. I don't know about Flan. I feel like Flan might hit a little too hard for Tenchi. Ooh, nice try. To be fair, I didn't get much Tenchi value because one of the two bosses I did yesterday, I was intending to use her as a main tank, but I kind of just ended up sacking her at one point and then not using her as a main tank. But she still did get value out of it. Fuck. Yeah, that was just wrong. Put Iku in for synergy. I don't like using Iku in Labyrinth, though. I never really have. Iku hop. Across both Labyrinth games, there's just nothing Iku does that I particularly like. Or I like it enough to justify putting her in a first 12 lineup anywhere. Like, there's always someone else I could put up there. The one thing she has going for her in Labby 2 is that if I'm using Tenchi, which I like to use, she makes Iku better. Or Iku makes Tenchi better, so there's more reason to use Iku then, but... To be fair, in 1, it's not 100% offensive buff, it's 72%, but yeah. My issues with her just range down to, like, when? I don't like her buff, generally speaking. It's like, either I'm using someone like Marissa or Chen who self-buffs, or I'm using like Ron who's bulky enough to sit on the front line and buff the back line at the same time. Where Iku, you kind of have to build her to be bulky to stand on the front line for a bit, but I don't really like using her as like a third or fourth slot front line consistently compared to someone like Ron. And my biggest problem with her debuff is if I want to use it against bosses, it's like, I'd rather use other debuffers. Like, unless they're, this is Labby 2 and they're Giga resistant to all but defense debuffs. It's like, I generally just rather use another boss, or another debuffer. And the other annoying thing about casual enemies is it's like, theoretically, there's an interest where you could have her outspeed, you know, have her go first, do her AoE attack, inflict defense down on all the normal enemies, to allow your other characters to follow up. But getting her to outspeed a lot of your other characters just doesn't really work well. Like, across both games, both Labby 1 and Labby 2, you kind of, like, want to have someone fast on the front line to be able to have play around a lot of the really fast enemies. And Iku just doesn't fit that bill, like, well, where it's like, okay, say you have Chen on the front line. Sure, Chen's extreme, but, like, she kind of just... It's like Chen goes off and does her thing, and then suddenly you're not really getting a ton of value, nearly as much value out of Iku as you could be. And it's like, okay, maybe I should just use someone else. If that was ATP Star was a mistake. What do you mean a mistaken one? That only exists in 2. She doesn't have the instant 10,000 in 1. Yeah, in 2, I think even. Yeah, I think Aya in 1 is personally more interesting. Not that I don't like Aya in 2. But, like, in 1, she kind of exists as, like, a machine gun. Like, she exists similar to Chen, where she focuses more on buffing up her own speed and switching in and out, like, a ton. And being really good at pivoting other units in and out. I don't love her in 1, but I like her. She's a fun niche to use. But in 2... It's like, when have you ever used Aya for damage in 2? It's like, you use her, you let her go first, and you let her give your other units first. Whereas in 1, you can have her, like, buff your allies' speed, but it's not giving them an instant action. Because she gets an instant action. I feel like if she didn't have the instant action herself, I feel like she would be fine. Really good still, yes, but I think she'd be fine. I think just the fact that no matter what, she always goes first. Which means that no matter what, any character you possibly could want on your team can go first. So if you want to do, like, you know, you go race and cheese, it's really easy. Where I feel like, you know, if she wasn't always going first and she had to rely naturally on her speed, it would still be really good, but, like, it'd still be a notch down from what it is. Who's the slowest one? Patchy. Patchy has the lowest speed. And her level up is also fairly low. And most of the other slow level up characters, like Renosuke, who is the slowest level up, actually have good speed growth, so his speed ends up being fine, but Patchy has the lowest base speed stat in the game. And that combined with the fact that, although sometimes she doesn't feel necessarily like the slowest, just because, like Silent Celine and Royal Flare, I don't believe drain her gauge 100%. So in that regard, she doesn't always feel like the slowest. Why weren't you dead? Holy moly. I cannot play Touhou today. Patchy puts herself in the polarizing category in both games, where she's either like the best or the worst at any given thing. Although in 1, it feels almost fairer because you can't Aya cheese with her. Where it's like, if you want to use Patchy, you have to play around her bad speed. Where in 2, you know, Aya Patchy, yippee, yippee! Sag, do you mean Sage Synergy? I like the passive skills a lot. I doubt it, but I kind of hope they drop the synergy. The synergy passives. Someone could tell me that there's a synergy passive in the demo and then completely correct me on whether or not they'll drop it, but I do hope that. I just feel like the synergies are so hit or miss. And, like, they're so polarizing in terms of, like, their strength. Maybe that's just my personal experience, maybe not in reality, but, like... Also, they're independent from other buffs, and they, like, stack weirdly, too, with that, too. I like a lot of the passives, and I'm not opposed with having, like... Maybe I am kind of opposed. But one of my problems with synergy is just... like... it makes them really annoying to use, because, like... let's take Maribel and Renko. Right? Like, because, like, everyone has their passives, and if you're not using synergy, it really... So I got 30% damage for less luck. Get rid of that. That one I'm actually fine with. I'm just not the biggest fan of, like, the synergies. Look, I hate them. There is aspects I like about them, but... I think it makes team building a bit linear. And it makes character... I think it makes... no, not team building. I think it makes characters a lot more linear. Where I like with their passives and, like, varying spell cards, you know, the versatility you can use, but I feel like the... Suwako, yeah, you bring her in, you nuke, and then you pull her out. Also, the other weird thing about synergy... but the synergy is that, like, let's take, like, the SDM crew. This is a good example of one. Where it's like, you have a weird category where it's like, okay, when they're all in the field together, you get big buff. But, like, only a few of them want to stay on the field at a given time, like, can stay out in the field for a given time. Like, Patchy is, you know, you come in, you come out. So that's a weird thing with some of the synergies. Also, some of the synergies are just flat out better than the others. She got the short end stick into. Yeah, there is an aspect of her that I like more into, which is that you can pivot her level up stats from attack to magic or vice versa, depending on what you're doing. But I don't feel like she got enough otherwise in terms of her passive to propel her above a lot of others. Yep. But... because I like Suwako in 1. She's niche, but quite usable in certain situations. But I didn't believe I found myself using her as much in 2. She also falls in the category where it's like, okay, here's like the synergy buff. The Moriah Shrine synergy buff, where you have Sanai and Kaneko. 2 characters who can actually sit on the front line for, like, and take hits. Versus Suwako, who can't. I did use Ronda Remy at the same time for a lot of it. Remy, of course, I dropped Remy in the late game. Because I just went full Yakumo clan, because that was just so... Full Yakumo clan and Reimu just went so nuts in the late game. It was absurd. You just throw Kaneko and Aaron in there, and then you're just kind of cooking. DD late game? I have to remember exact specifics, but like Chen and Kaneko were two of my big go-tos. I think I used Flan a bit. I don't remember if I used her that much in the late game. It's been like 10 months since I played Labby 2, so... But I know, I used Misty a fair bit.
Why? What is wrong with me? That is the last... I keep do...
Today is not my day. Haha, funny. Come on, you saw how Sanai was in that game. But yeah, Chen. I feel like there's another. Like, I know I used a lot of Chen and Kaneko. Yukari did a little bit of meme damage for the fun of it. I can't remember my dedicated lineups. Like I said, I know I used Misty a bit late game. That was like late. I don't remember my exact lineups well. Go Poison. I used her when she was relevant. That's an awkward thing about Wriggle. It's either she's either like useful or just like worthless. It's like there's very little hit or miss there, or very little thing that isn't hit or miss there, I should say. Very little wiggle room. Yeah. Catch my drift. For a long time. Yeah, I did use Kagi a lot. I used Rumia because I, like, if there's anything in either of the Labyrinth games I love to try to make use, it's Rumia. Okay, that was disgusting. Although, of course, there's a lot of variants in fight to fight, who's good when, swapping out party members, but... I used Miko late game, but I used her as kind of like a middle role. As like mixed damage in bulk. Notori I used for a while, but I dropped her late game. Because she doesn't hold up as... or... I didn't find her holding up quite as well in the late game. At least compared to like 1. A lot of Racing Yuko. Racing Yuko is used a lot in the mid-game to grind, clear out things. They kind of disappear in late game. But I mean, Racing Yuko is like very similar to Wriggle in the regards of like They're either, they're either like, oh, they're the nuts, or they just don't do anything. Although Yukiko can at least do, like, good offensive damage. I've never been a huge Racing fan in either games. She's mostly a discarder bot for me. See, that's one thing I like, that, like, you could make, like, indirect synergies with things, like Racing Yukiko. Now, is that a little too strong? Probably. Like, you could make indirect synergies like that. Where it's like, ooh, this character pairs well with this one. Because their abilities go well together, instead of just being like, Mariah Shrine characters, here's your flat stat buff. Flat stat buff's also boring, by the way. Give me my, every time you attack, you build up stacks. Give me my Fudo plates. Slowly building up stacks and then losing stacks. Yeah. Well, that's one thing I found that that fell off to me. So it's like, I feel like with like Tenchi and Iku, like I used a lot of Tenchi without Iku, but like Iku, it just feels weird because like, you know, if you have one of them, it just feels like it's a waste to not have the other. It's like you're just kind of like completely wasting a slot. Although I'm a big Tenchi fan in both games, so... I don't think you're that biased. Like, I mean, you're obviously going to be a little biased on that, but everyone's going to be a little biased towards whatever they did / liked. But I think the Tenchi Iku combo is pretty damn good. Is it Renko Maribel? Probably not, but how much is on that level? I mean, I think it ultimately just comes down to a game balance is hard, and it's hard to balance a bunch of things that aren't going to make the character too linear or too ridiculous. Because some characters kind of just get invalidated by other characters that do their role but better, right? And or their inconsistencies. I've never been a Suika fan in either game. I've always found her strictly outclassed in like every way. Definitely just got nailed down, clearly. Game balance is going to be perfect in the next game, for sure. No, the only thing he's learned over time is how to make his dungeons even worse. Oh, the dungeon layouts in 1 and 2 are bad? Oh, here we go. How do we make more three peso floor design? Bug like the release of 2, theoretically. There's still time to bug. There's still time for him to bug things. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't get too ahead of yourself. But it's weird because you run into a category. It's like, okay, either you need to give most characters like a pretty good ceiling, or you have to be careful to go through and like rip some of the top end out. So I feel like it's slightly more in 2, but like both games have kind of a notable amount of like some characters just do a thing so well that it's hard not to use it because like it's just such a powerful thing. Like IN2 is a good example. Poison character. Well, sort of. Like, the Wriggle overshadowing all poison characters, I don't... It's a mixed baggage, because where, yes, it is true, she does. It's like, most other characters that do poison, let's take, like, Raisin. It's like, oh, here's a poison skill. But, like, it's a side part of her kit. Like, oh, here's a side utility option. Whereas, like, you know, like, Wriggle's kit's all about this, right? Although that's another weird thing. Because, like, there are characters like Wriggle who sometimes their passives just don't really make too much sense. Like, most of Wriggle's passives don't really feel good. Deal bonus damage to poison targets. Well, what if I'm dealing, like, no damage as is? 0 times 1.5 is still 0. Sure, you know, you can build her for offense and stuff, but, like... You know, generally speaking with poison, okay, you want the character to either be bulky enough to live and keep getting their poisons off, or you want them to come in, get powerful poison out, get them out, you know? That type of effect, where none of Wriggle's passives really help with any of that. Yeah. I like Parsi as a unit. I didn't use her that much, but I really liked her, I really liked Parsi's design. Please nerf Aya, please. Also, if we want to talk about, like, just ridiculous game design, and I keep going on 2 about that, I can go to 1 and be like, you want a character that's too good in 1? Let's take good old Satori. Drop her down a notch. Come on. Satori in 1 feels ridiculous. Also, bring Manosuke back. Come on, come on. Bring the Manosuke back. I bring back world-shaking military rule. Junpei's so scared. He's scared to do it. Like, there's a lot of characters across the game that, like, do a lot of similar things, and in some vein feel almost strictly better, but they still, like, feel very distinct. A good example of this is Reimu versus Yukari. Both those two characters feel very similar to each other, but their like distinctions make them distinct from each other. So that's like a good example, I feel, of like good design. Also, can we fucking... I gotta go back to this one. Can we take Moko? Can we take Moko and please make it more consistent? Can we not have a 90% roll to live? Can we just make it 100%, please? I used her like once in the game. I was like, okay, she's gonna get resurrection value here, and then she just didn't respawn in the first hit. It was like, this is awful. Please fix Moko. I think Moko's a really cool designed tank. Or just at least bulky character. That it just feels so bad because it's not 100%. Please, just make it 100%. Make it 50%. Like, we could, like, of course, the game's gonna have damage rolls. Because, like, all RPGs have damage rolls. The game's gonna have, like, luck with, like, inflicting status ailments. But can we please make the core aspect of a character not come down to 90% chance? Just to not work 10% of the time. And it's like, okay, you know, if you're inflicting like a debuff or an ailment and you have a 90% affliction rate on it, it's like, oh, you don't get it. You can go again. Like, you can rip it again. If Moko misses her 90%, she's just dead. It feels so bad. I was like, okay, here we go, Moko. You're gonna get great use on the Aki fight, and then she just died on the first swing. And I was like, what's the point? Like, Aki was like 99%, right? Like, that feels fine. I'm interested to see how he touches up tomes and such. Yeah. I mean, that's what happens when you have a like an attack distribution pool of, like, you know, let's just say it's like 60, 25, 10, 5. It's not going to be exact, but let's just say it's like that, you know? It's the nature of it, sometimes they're just going to snipe your healer. That's why you got to be really careful with turn order. That's why I really like the swapping system and stuff. Makes it a really fun element of strategy at times. But I'm really interested to see what he touches up with, like, tomes and such. Because that was an aspect of 2 that I had mixed feelings on. Where I kind of liked it and I kind of didn't. It's like you have the gems and the if the gems and the tomes were easier to get back at all points in the game, I'd feel better about them. But the fact that, like, so much of the late game is just, like, it's, you know, it's kind of hard to pivot your characters around because of all these pseudo-permanent, like, boosts you give them. Like, really like to use this character here, but, like, I just haven't put any boosts into them, and if I wanted to, I'd really have to go grinding for it. Whereas it feels a lot worse late game to, like, pivot outside of, like, your main 12. Maybe you have a few extended members in case of certain circumstances, but... It's not like one doesn't have any issue with that, because, like, the library stats are always going to be a little oppressive with it. But, like, there are instances where it's like, oh, I feel like Momiji would go really hard here. Or at least would be like, ooh, she'd probably be, like, the optimal, like, tank here. Or optimal, like, second tank, even. But she's not going to be good here because I have all these stat boosts to the other characters where they're just going to do that job better at this point. Even if her niche is pretty good here, it's like, I've already put all these boosts in other characters. Have you ever said that? I like Momiji. It's just, unfortunately, she feels a little too niche at times. Like, the accuracy effect feels cool. But it feels like it's like, oh, this could be really good in certain situations. But, like, it's a niche. And you're not going to put your permanent stat boost into a niche character. And then you're just, like, never going to... And then when the niches come up, you're like, okay, I'd rather just use these characters that have the boosts. They're just going to make them so better than Momiji in the first place. At some point, I'll replay through 2. And if so, I'll probably... I might do a funny 12-person combo. Give myself a random assortment of 12 characters. Here you go, play with them. Here's your 12 for the run. I'd have to pester Domicos or someone to give me a mod, to, or save file, however it's done, to allow me to start with the extra characters. Characters ignored my first time. I generally touched all the characters a bit. The only characters I kind of didn't do were the plus disc ones from 2. Like, I used Miko, but I kind of ignored most of the others just because it was really hard to, like, again, stat them up to get them to the spot where you could use them. It felt awkward. But all the main characters I used at least a bit. I tried to make use of it. I tried to use Aki briefly, but that didn't feel great. But at some point, I definitely want to go through that. Either try the Nuzlocke version or just a specific 12 character limit. And just, like, randomly select them, be like, oh, who's my tanks? And then I get Kaine, and then I want to just, like, blow myself up. Because there's no character. That was disgusting. In either Labyrinth game that I dislike more fundamentally than and Kaine. I wasn't the biggest fan of Renosuke in 2, but if I was forced to use him in 2, I might like him a bit more. I feel like he's just interesting enough. It's like it works with all 48 characters in the pool, probably. Yeah, I don't think I'd win, mind you. Either game. I don't think I'd win, but it'd be cool to see how far I could go if I'm like really, really pushing it. The only issue with the the biggest issue with the Nuzlocke in 2, specifically, is what do I do about the Tenchi fight? Do I clause it? Is there some good way to work around it well? Like, can I cheese it relatively consistently? Or do I just clause the fight? Like, if there's a way at the level cap to relatively consistently, like, to deal with it, then great. Not an issue. But if it's not, then I don't want to get to it every time, have to sack 10 characters. Right? It just feels sad to have a wall to that just sitting there. I don't need to kill them. What am I doing? That's a massive throw. Yeah, I still killed her in time. Like, if you're working with the full cat, like every character from the beginning, is there some like Moko or Akyu like shenanigans you could do? I just don't know if there's a good line to consistently, like, if you could consistently get through that fight only having to sack 1 to 2 characters, I think it'd be fine. I struggle to I'd have to really run the numbers. I'd have to sit down and get out and see what other people have seen with it. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's ever looked at that like that. Look of roulette. Moko would be the most anti-Nuzlocke friendly character of all time. She can bail you out 90% of the time. I think with the saber, but yeah, that was Akyu, right? Oh yeah, Kasen had a small thing too, I think. I didn't use Kasen too much. Fuck you, dude. Always Demon Parade. getting to the point where I'm putting Demon Parade in my top 5 biggest walls in this game. The thing about Kasen was it's like theoretically she was like really good early game, but like I didn't wipe enough early game to get Kasen. So I didn't get her for a little bit. These guys always feel like, oh yeah, this bird's like free. It's like super, it like feels like it, oh, it should be super consistent. It is not super consistent. This bird is stressful. Oh yeah, probably last day of soccer today. I gotta make sure if I actually grabbed the game when you sent it to me a little bit ago. Or like, before I started soccer. If not, I'll pester you tomorrow or Wednesday. Be like, hey, I need you to send me this again. Why do you just put that bullet so far away from everything else? Ranko and Maribel were fair characters in 2. I really like their kits in 1, trying to make them work. And I like their kits, of course, in 2 as well. It's just... Ranko's a little too polarizing in 2, in my opinion. I can't wait for Mima to be in Labyrinth of Touhou try. Can't wait to see what passives Free Peso gives her. I'm getting better at that, happy with. Is that like the last three Orans in a row have done like perfect? Oh, too fast. Hey, Burb. Oh, I had the. It was gonna be a really tight window. I very well could have had it, but I just missed hitting the window. I don't like this nod. That stresses me out.
Why? It's like
That should be such an easy grab. Come on, I do all the hard dodges and then just die to that one. There. I think one of the most tilting things right now is, like, my late games have been going a lot better. Like, this Oku's been fine, but, like, I've been getting a lot of one-miss Okus. A lot of perfect Orins as of late, but I just can't get past Cat's Walk on pace. Like, 80% of the time, it's just Mountain Toss, Demon Braid, or Cat's Walk. And then 20% of the time, it's just somewhere else mixed in one of those two stages, let alone the early game. Bang. Or to kiss your bird. My Orin confidence has been going through the roof as of late. And my Oku confidence is getting pretty high up there, too. Not quite as high, but still pretty good. Satori is such a... Satori and Cat's Walk is such a problem. Don't get me started on this spell. I love this spell. It's so much fun. I wish every spell was a spell. See, the other annoying thing about this spell, not only is it just an awful spell and I hate it, it's also terrible to practice. Like, I've tried to sit down and practice this spell, and it sucks. I'll take a 5 miss. It's so long, it requires so much build-up. Like, I can cap 3 Cat's Walks in the time it takes to do 1 of those. Okay, we'll take 5 miss and move on.